Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a cute and cozy Christmas mug today for the holiday season. I'm really excited about this because I really needed like a cute Christmas mug that I can carry around because I drink a lot of coffee. I'm working with a tumbler that I've already sanded to prep. If you're curious about that, I will link a video down below that explains how to prep your tumblers. I'm also going to pop off this little stamp off the bottom of the cup. If your cup doesn't have this stamp, don't attempt that. But it's really easy to pop off. You're just going to wedge a flathead screwdriver between that space and then hit it a few times with your mallet until it pops out, being careful not to damage the rim of your cup. A couple taps and it just pops right out. Super easy. And in this video, I'm spray painting the base color for our cup today. This is Stiletto from Color Shot, and I'm only spray painting the areas that aren't going to be covered by vinyl. I ended up taking that stamp out too, again, to spray paint the bottom. I just did it off camera. While that's drying, I'm going to trim up the vinyl that I'm going to wrap around the cup. This is a sheet from my new sister set. This is the Most Wonderful sister set. It comes with 3 really cute vinyl sheets that all work really well together, along with a 10 by 10 UV-DTF element sheet that has a bunch of decals. You can make a whole bunch of cups with this set. It's so cute. Once I have that cut out, I'm going to apply it to my tumbler, but first I want to draw a truly straight line against my cup. And I'm going to do that using my architect's ruler. It sits flat right up against the cup because it has this angle to it. And then I'm going to draw a straight line with my pencil. I'm going to line up the straight line of my plaid strip against that one, and then using just a 1/2 inch of that adhesive vinyl anchored on, I'm going to wrap it around to do like a trial run, make sure everything's nice and lined up. Once I'm confident everything's straight, I'm going to start applying it by applying pressure to the vinyl really hard onto the cup with my hand and then pushing away that paper backing as I'm pressing against the vinyl. We're going to do that all the way around the cup, being mindful of any kind of wrinkles or bubbles and trying to push those out as we go. Once I get close to the end, I'm going to cut off the excess with a straight line in line with the plaid pattern. And then I'm going to just apply the remainder of the vinyl right through that opening of the handle. There's a very small amount of excess with the amount of vinyl that I used that interfered with the handle. So I'm just going to really carefully cut that out with my craft knife, being careful not to disturb our paint. And here we have a perfect finish for our vinyl wrap. Next, I'm going to apply the glitter. I'm using my Fast Cure epoxy today as my adhesive. I've already mixed 5 milliliters of epoxy, and I'm just going to put on a really nice, thin and even coat to all the areas that we might want glitter. Please note that I'm not going to cover the whole thing in glitter, okay? Just some specific areas. So once I have this nice and evenly coated, I'm ready to start sprinkling on my glitter. I'm using Golden Age from Batty Glitter today, and I thought this was the perfect gold for this project. I'm going to start by getting full coverage around the top and bottom rim. Then I'm going to angle my cup and lightly tap this glitter jar to get a fade going. And I'm just going to lightly tap with some space between the glitter jar and the cup and lightly tap to establish a fade. I want to just lightly kind of ombre that glitter into the edge of that vinyl so we get a seamless blend. I'm going to do the same with the handle, but really take your time with this. It's hard to angle the cup the right way so that you don't accidentally sprinkle some glitter that you're trying to get onto the handle and then maybe accidentally sprinkle it into the middle of your plaid pattern. We don't really want to get any glitter into the middle of the plaid pattern because we're going to be applying some decals there later, and I don't want to overpower the plaid. Fun fact, I really hate doing glitter plaid cups. I've done one on the channel once before and I did it the wrong way. It was terrible. And I was like, I'm never going to do a plaid glitter cup again. So I feel like adding glitter to plaid pattern kind of gives me a compromise, and this looks so cute and festive. Once I've got my glitter sprinkled on everywhere I want glitter, I'm going to put my cup on the cup turner to dry. Because I have a lot of open spaces of glitter, I don't want to have any kind of shifting from the epoxy as it's drying. So I'm just going to turn it for a good half hour, and then I'll sit it on the rack to dry for an additional hour and a half, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next step. Keep in mind that your dry times may vary based on the brand and type of epoxy that you're using. Now that our glitter layer is dry, I'm ready to apply my first coat of epoxy. I've already mixed 30 milliliters of my Flynn Sisters Fast Cure epoxy, and I'm just going to apply this right over our work here, and I didn't bother sealing my glitter, I just brushed off the excess. The benefit of applying your glitter with epoxy is that it really just doesn't move, and this is a really fine cut glitter, so I didn't feel the need to seal it, and I saved myself a step. I want to pay very close attention to the handle here. I know a lot of people struggle with getting pooling at the base of those handles. And my biggest piece of advice is to really go slow and take your time with building up the coverage. For example, if you would normally get full coverage on a cup with 2 coats with a certain epoxy, maybe try to get full coverage with 3 or 4 coats with very thin coverage each time, paying very close attention at the handle. I would even go as far as to turn off your turner while you're doing your application. You can even use like a cheap paintbrush or something to apply your epoxy really thinly just to that handled area to make sure that you don't have any gloopy, gobby bits around the base of the handle. It's really easy to do, and especially if you coat the cup really thick elsewhere, it's going to pool up in those spots. So just take your time with these handled mugs and you'll really love the results more instead of seeing a bunch of bubbles and pooled epoxy at that handle. Once I've got everything applied thinly and evenly, I hit this with my torch to pop any bubbles, and I'm going to let this dry for about 4 hours before I move on to the next step. Keep in mind that your dry times may vary based on the type and brand of epoxy that you're using. Next, we need to do some sanding. If you notice a lot of glitter texture after just 1 coat of epoxy, then you probably want to go ahead and go for a second coat before you move on to sanding. I'm going to go through with my normal sanding routine here. We're going to sand along the top rim to expose a fine line of stainless steel. This fine line of stainless steel is what our final coats of epoxy will adhere to create the final seal for our tumbler on the outer rim rather than the very top rim where it's more vulnerable. I'm also going to go around and sand the bottom rim or any pokey bits might be poking up through the epoxy and prevent our tumbler from sitting flat. I'm also going to go along the sides and do the same, just knocking off any sharp bits with my sanding block. You can use anything between a 60 to 220 grit sanding block will be fine. Once we're done with our sanding, we're going to clean this up with some rubbing alcohol and paper towel, and now we're ready to move on to the next step. You'll notice that my bottom rim has been completely untouched this whole time. It's still exposed. I haven't epoxied it yet. I just still have it prepped and spray painted from when we first started. You'll see at the very end how I'm going to finish that. All right, now that we have that all cleaned up and sanded, I am going to apply these cute little decals. This is a 5x7 decal sheet that I absolutely love. I pulled these images from a Tumbler that I created years ago, and it's been one of my favorites. I absolutely love this little ice skating Santa, and I think this is Mrs. Claus. I don't know, but they're just so cute. And this decal sheet also comes with Baby It's Cold Outside on the other side of it. So you can either break this up and make 2 tumblers with it, or you can put them both on the same like I'm doing here. Applied the Baby It's Cold Outside to the back of my tumbler, and then with all the little snowflake details, I just kind of freestyle applied those all over the cup, kind of around the top and bottom framing the decals. They're so cute. Once we got done applying the UV DTF, I was ready to move on to my final coats of epoxy. This one took 2 final coats before we were totally done, so in total this cup really just took 3 coats of epoxy to finish, which was super awesome. But anyway, we're going to apply these other final coats just like we did the first one. Again, paying very close attention to that handle and taking our time with the turner off so we make sure that we're not glooping everything on there. Once I've got everything applied evenly, I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any bubbles. And that was it. So after I got my final coats on, I waited for those to dry for at least 24 hours. I used my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure for the final coats, so this stays bright and beautiful for a very long time. And then we're going to move on to finishing the bottom. Now that my cup is perfectly smooth and I'm happy with the finish, we're going to finish up the butt. So we're going to place our cup on a flat level surface. And I've got 30 milliliters of epoxy that I've already mixed. I'm using my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure for this. And I've got cherry and golden age glitter, both from Batty Glitter. And we're going to divide that epoxy into 2 different medicine cups. And then we're going to mix in some glitter. You don't want to mix in too much, but you also don't want to mix in too little. So the goal is to have just the right amount of saturation of glitter, but not to the point that it's going to change the texture of the epoxy and thicken it up too much. So my rule of thumb is just sprinkle on enough glitter to cover the top of your medicine cup and then mix that in, see how that goes, and if you want to add more, you can. Just remember, you can't always take away, but you can always add more. Once I have that mixed up, I'm going to pour that into these open wells of our butt here. I'm going to first place the gold epoxy into the outer rim of this butt. It's really hard to get the gold into this outer well because it's really thin. So in order to do that, I'm going to use this syringe and I'm going to suck up about 5 milliliters or so into the syringe. You're going to notice it's kind of hard to do. Make sure you cut off enough of the tip of the syringe that it can suction up the epoxy however thick it might be. You can't do this with like super thick glitter, but it's easier than it looks. Just take your time letting it suck up as much epoxy as it can. And then very carefully, we are going to plunge that into that outer well with the syringe, making sure that we don't accidentally get any of that gold glitter into the inner well, because that's where we're going to be pouring some red glitter and we do not want them to mix. Also, the reason why you want to use Artist Cure so you have more work time to mess around with this. Also, we need some bubble release because we are going to be pouring this thicker than we normally would. You can pour my epoxy up to a 1/4 inch thick, and we're well within that 1/4 inch line. Once we've poured our epoxy in the little wells there and everything's had a few seconds to level out, I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any remaining bubbles. And then I'm going to place this in a level covered area to dry where it's not going to get any debris or anything floating into it. Once this is fully dry, I was ready to add some cute little details like signing my name. I put some more UV-DTF snowflakes from that same sheet. And then I wanted to seal all that in with a layer of clear UV resin. This is my favorite UV resin from Resin Rockers. And we're going to pour just enough in so that we can make a nice smooth layer over everything that we just did and kind of smooth everything out. But I don't want to pour enough to where it would be flush with the rim, if that makes sense. Once I have that all leveled out, I'm going to use a silicone brush tool to kind of pop any bubbles and make sure that it's all smooth and goes to the rim along all the edges. Then I'm going to hit it with my torch to pop any bubbles. And then I'm going to use my awesome lamp that I also got from Resin Rockers to cure this. It just takes a couple minutes and then we were done. I absolutely love how this turned out. I'm totally keeping this for myself. I know that I kind of skipped Halloween and just went straight to Christmas, but whatever. Let me know what you guys thought about this one in the comments. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I try to upload videos every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. If you love that last video, you can check out the next one here, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for more great content. You can shop our products at FlynnSistersSupplyShop.com and subscribe to our channel for new videos every week. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.